Alright, what is up? It has been a while since last Arena Open. This is day 2, draft 1. It's best of 3, minimum 3 wins get you to draft 2. If you happen to go undefeated in draft 1, you have a loss to give in draft 2. This is high stakes magic, so let's get into it. So I could go with Heirloom, which is a card that's pretty strong, but not like the most busted rare. The fact that it rams you into bigger stuff and then draws you cards is pretty good. Dragon Rolling Storm or Roiling Dragonstorm is a pretty important dragon card. Or there's a Strike Master for red decks. I think I'm between these three. Sago Idling potentially, but if I take a green card, I'm taking the Heirloom. So this is more like what do you prefer? And I think I prefer to be an aggro, so I'm gonna go with Strike Master. Because that goes closer to the Boros lane. Could see going with Heirloom, which goes into different direction. You can also obviously do some green aggro in this format, but those are not your default decks. Like default is either you go 5 colors more dragon based or Mardu lane aggro. But obviously then you can switch these things around. I'm going with Strike Master. Oh, and then we could have Heirloom into Heirloom. Okay, now we have to make a decision because this is, I think, way closer. I really like Upraiser. I like Kingguard. Obviously Heirloom, but we passed one, so somebody's gonna eat well. And now the question is, do we want to move into green once we pass the Heirloom? Could just take a Kingguard, try to spec on a red-white deck. I mean, we're not married to the Strike Master pick. That's another thingy. Decisions. I'm gonna go with a Kingguard here. And let's see if we get rewarded. Because I kind of now push the lane a little bit. Sarkhan for the upside in case we get dragons. Imagine Heirloom into Kotis turn 2. That could be like a Sultai deck. Even though Kotis is not that great of a card. I don't see much here. We could spec on like some... For instance, there are decks where Summons is better if you go more hyper aggro than Sarkhan. But I actually often end up with a dragon heavy Mardu deck. Or we're open to maybe abandoning white in this case. This makes me want to be Izzet / Jeskai. So there's an Exhale, Underdog, Siege. Probably can go with Siege. Like Siege is super splashable in white red since you're making a lot of tokens. The second ability, so +1/+0 Timur ability, comes really in handy there. So if we're splashing already, could go with Evolving Wilds, but there's a Bearer, which is, I think, a pretty important card in white-red. And then there's also an option to not splash the Siege, which often happens with white-red. So I'm not entirely sure. And we would also cut white here, which is pretty good, but might regret not having a land, actually. I'm gonna go with Evolving Wilds. It leaves us a little bit more flexible, but it looks like we positioned ourselves really well because green is cut. We have some good white cards here. Not a lot of blue. Bodyguard is fine. We have decent stuff to bring, but I'm still not fixated on Sarkhan. We need dragons first. Practitioner is surprisingly good. There's a land as well for us. I'm not really also married to the Siege too much because we might want to go Mardu still. Often the Mardu uncommons and rares are slightly more powerful, even though we have a decently powerful splash already. Okay, we get a land either way. There's a Sentinel Townie back. Townie back is, by the way, really good. If we maybe go Izzet main, it would potentially work. Since we have some white cards and we saw a lot of white cards, I'm just gonna flow with this mana here. We're also getting all the Jeskai lands. I really like Focus, so might just take it here over Messenger. Negotiation is good, but I think we're leaning more into Jeskai. To be fair, we don't want too many focuses. Okay, this was the first pack, and now there's not much we could take this for the sideboard if we just want to go this through, or there's a lot of black cards. Maybe something like this could be a fit. I'm gonna take a sideboard card. It is best of 3. What do we do with this pack? Stack potentially. Or if we still spec on Mardu, cannot do much with that. take the devotee just in case some weird switch happens and we need a splashing. Blue card. Yeah, I mean, the packs dry up quick. The packs dry up quick. We could still be a blue main. Something to consider with this pack. So there's obviously the Dragonstorm, but we don't have dragons yet. There's a dragon which would make Sarkhan way better. I actually like the dragon a lot. The King Guard Exhale. Exhale would be an excellent removal. So what do you do here? I need to not tunnel vision because I can be still blue main. I'm on the dragon. I think we're 2 Jeska, even though the Dragonstorm is super important. And we could potentially get a Dragon Slayer even. The Dragonstorm does so much though. No, I'm taking the Dragonstorm. I think it's just too important for these decks. Like I know other people are high on Dragon in this spot, but hopefully we'll get some. Okay, we don't need to be red main potentially. There's an Adept which is good on going either direction. There's an Upraiser, Duelist potentially. Strike if we go blue-red main. I mean, I guess if we're splashing blue, it's safer to take the Adept, but I do think Upraiser is slightly better. It's just that we might end up too expensive. I'm taking the Adept. Huh, this is a rough draft. So, okay, if we go Izzet Master, but then we have a lot of 4 drops. Could be blue-white as well. There's an off-color dragon. I'm gonna take the trick. Okay, there's a camel now, which I really like, but also sweep, and we don't have interaction. And sweep might be better here. Man, camel is so good though. I think we're a little expensive. And it looks like blue is an easier splash. So there's an interactive spell. And that would mean we splash. Okay, let's go here. I think we need this interactive spell. Dragon's Prey, so there's a land, Duelist. Climber? Climber is good with Siege. Have 2 lands. Could go straight up 3 colors, but we can also... This would be then blue-red main splash Bodyguard. Whisper as well. Okay, there's Upraiser late. Okay, so we found the lane at least. We can get rid of King Guard. Splash white cards potentially. If we even splash them, but... Okay, this is gonna be a... It's not a perfect deck, but... I do like Upraiser a lot. We don't have the dragon. Okay, there's a Narset for us, which I think fits this deck quite well. We don't need dragons that badly, but we do have these 2, which get way better with having some dragons, but apparently everybody's taking the dragons. Oh no, we wheeled both. Okay. So that has paid off. Rare for the collection. Well, there's really nothing else I could... Is there a word where I ever splashed that? There's no way we play Cotis, like 0 way. So there is maybe a weird word where we open like, I don't know, Rainy or something and we want to still play it. Technique or the thing, yeah, I like Technique over Master, although that card is sometimes alright. Just hits hard. 2 drop, okay. Yeah, a lot of these, but the signals have been pretty wild. I think we are in like everything wheeled, so I think we're definitely in the right lane. Wow, what is this pack? Dragon Hunt. Disciple for us. And Disciple is so good, but I feel like I want the Dragon Hunt. Disciple is a game plan. How good are we? We're not that great at double spelling. This might actually wheel, because a lot of... That card is so super splashable. Super splashable. I think it has to be Dragon Hunt here. It just gives us more interaction. Because we only have sweep right now. Okay, Technique. Fresh start. There's another fresh start, but I feel like the dragon here makes the... Well, there's another dragon, but I'm gonna just take the dragon. We have a Dragonstorm, and then Sarkhan is somewhat playable. This deck just needs a dragon now. Wow, look at this pack. Exhale, Upraiser, another dragon which might wheel well. Guardian. We could do Guardian, but how do we get the fixing? Actually, it's super, super close. Well, there's good cards here though. And like something like Brigade would be excellent as well. Might go greedy, hope we wheel a land, because it does add a lot to the deck. I think it just adds power to the deck. Okay, that's maybe greedy. Tawny, this actually fixes for the Guardian. This is no questionable. I like Whisper, I like Detainment, but blue-green land. It's a good card. Exhale. Rebuke. And a land. Rebuke actually fixes... Like, Rebuke in this deck looks pretty good. Amon Exhale. Just a cheaper card. These are all close choices. Like, Mage would actually fit, but the fixing is a little bit off, so... then the other option is Messenger. I don't think we need anything else. I'm gonna just take Messenger. I think our fixing will have to be really still conservative with our lands or our mana. I just want to splash only the needed stuff. But this was a little bit greedy. Okay, so this would be on the splash. 4-2 or... I think I'd rather play the 4-2 than Brushmaster. Even though Brushmaster is not completely terrible. We have a Messenger already. There's a dragon for us, but it is on the splash. Tawny back. We have 3 dragons. Sarkhan. It's a 4-drop minimum, but we will have a... We'll play a... green source. Another one of these. Yeah, the lands are not coming. Okay, wow. Land came back. That's great. And this is actually a playable card, I think, but it is on the splash. Okay. Not a perfect draft, and in hindsight, I would pick maybe some lines higher. But this is a playable deck. Okay, how do we build it though? This is 22. We'll have to rely on a lot of card draw to get our mana together, but we are... At the end of the day, we're not that greedy with the splashes. We're splashing at like multiple cards, but everything goes from blue-red. Bodyguard is questionable in this deck now. And okay, Narset is also not the best card, but I kinda don't mind it. We could play the Voti. It really helps with the Guardian, even though it's a defensive card, but we're not that aggro anymore. Bellringer is sometimes good. One Technique is fine. One Messenger. Okay, we need to figure out our last card. Let's put the mana in. So 1 green, 1 white, and that gives us 1, 2, 3 green, and potentially Sarkhan plus the Voti. That's fine for only a Guardian. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 white for Dragonstorm and Narset. And we could potentially cut Narset. 5, 6, 7, 8. But we could count the Voti as red mana. 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 is enough. This is mana that technically works. This is only 1, 2, 3 white. How did I count that? So we need another plains. And then we cut a mountain. 1, 2, 6. No, we have 9. Okay, so we can go down a blue. That works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I think I counted Palace as a white, not as a blue source. Oh wait, I'm lacking a card now. Then we just put the Bellringer in. Okay. This we keep. We have an we actually have a decent curve here. Heck, we have to decide what we do with the siege, but I kind of like siege into Dragonstorm is 6 damage hasting in. Could just draw, it gives us a better decision on that, but I think I'll wait. Because we could also go Dragonstorm first and then Siege. Next turn kill something. It is true that we maybe don't want to discard. Depends. Siege is better here, right? If we go team or... Because this they can kill end step with something like Exhale, but now we can just haste stuff in. We're less predictable that way. I mean, we don't need to treasure that badly. I don't want to run a Dragonstorm into a counter. But then it's arguably that we want to draw a card first in case we get a dragon. Now I'm just gonna Sarkhan and probably just wait. Like this plays around the counter spell. Is the idea. And then we can double spell either way, because we can loot the lands away. It doesn't kill everything, it kills a lot on the double. This is somewhat punishing for us. That they get to do such a powerful thing. Wow, they don't have a rat. Okay, so they tap out. Two options, you can Dragon Hunt. It's because of this thing. And we don't know what to discard now because we kind of still want a land to double spell. Yeah, and trading a bigger creature for that seems a waste. It's fine. It's literally the same turn. This would be 5. Oh, they're dead if they have nothing. So they need a black Exhale. This does kill a dragon, but I think everything else is better. Well, that could go. Okay. That's a lot of townies, but they are a black deck. Kind of feel like we need a bodyguard. It is on the... Not the bodyguard. The Sun Shield. It is on the splash, but there's a Sultai. Bellringer. No, Technique is good. We saw Roar as well. It counters Roar, right? Okay, if we get a land, but we have this as well. This is a decent hand. Izzet is somewhat underdrafted recently, I think. I get this feeling. And in this spot, it really showed. And I really like Izzet. I might just actually start drafting that more. Okay. Haven't seen a counter spell still on their part. Okay, Monument. That gives them Townie on 3. That's annoying. And we saw what 3 Townies. Okay, that kills it though. I'd still rather have a Praiser. We have to make a decision. Do we just kill it or... If they play it. Yep. That was expected. Because we don't have much to do next turn. Now this helps with that, Siege helps with that, so probably Sun Shield goes. Even though they could have stuff, but everything else looks better. Well, Sun Shield next turn is not that bad. Technique I want to keep. What? So they play Aurora is extremely annoying. But I don't think we can leave mana up here. Okay, That's a good turn for us. This gives us more mana. I'm gonna just dragon here. Because they go roar, we bounce the token attack again, that's 7 damage. If they don't have roar, we're in such a great spot, that's fine. Okay, so now if I go siege, which I probably do, I can still attack with the dragon. Would they attack here? Well, I could strike master attack as well. It's pretty good. So now attack all means they go to 2 and we have 2 tokens. I like that. That means they go to literally 2. They tap for a 5/5, we win. Dude, siege and this deck cooks. Townie, 2 black mana. So they need like even a single exhale doesn't do it. No. Let's go. Huh, I think I keep. We have the mana and well, we're on the draw, but we can draw a bunch of good stuff now. And these two can get us out of trouble, especially the Leopard, even though we don't want to draw more lands. Sentinel. Matches really well versus that. Okay, so opponent got a green source. I suspect a soup. Who would have guessed? I'm just countering that. We don't want to get them ahead on mana. That's a lot of lands. That is a lot of lands. So it feels like our last opponent's deck. Okay, that does help. Now it's weird because the Leopard has a good trade with the Townie back, but we also want to get lands. I think I'm gonna wait here. Play the Adept out. Yeah, I don't like the Townie attacking for free. We will have to trade, probably. Tap land. I really like that they go for this attack. I don't get it, but I like it. That gives us actually a good trade on the attack. We can ditch a red sword since we're playing the land out either way. Wow, that's insane. That's really good for us. So this, go here. And since they're tapped out, we might as well just focus. Bro! Oh my god, now I'm tilted. Now I'm really, really tilted. Okay, okay, focus. Is that too many tap lands? No, we're fine. How many lands do we have in the deck? 6? Three, four. So we need to go untap land. We cannot have a counter plus a dragon. And I'll just play Sarkhan out. Since the treasure won't do that much either way. Can we get that back? Which makes our attack still pretty bad, but... Okay. One card, 6 mana. I swear. I have like what? Now 4 lands in the deck with this crack. I'm just gonna pass. I don't like down trading stuff. They get this back for free. Not devastating still. Have to trust our deck now. Well, that's pretty good. Removal? Okay. No way, man. Well, that's happening. It is happening. It's bad for us, but what can you do? They just top deck a really good card. They can draw their lands as well. Is there any reason to hold lands? Probably play one out still. Ooh. Focus back. So I don't think we mill. I don't want to mill them. I don't want to mill us. Because we never know when it's going to come down to milling. Although we do have the Dragon Hunt in the deck. I'll just not mill. You couldn't counter that well. That was a draw. Stop top kicking Oppo. Oh my god! Okay, this game. This game hates me. Okay. That is tilt. That's some real tilt. I think we concede here. How do we deal with that? Okay, we have fresh start. Fresh start into dragons. Thought we had a game after like they needed three turns in a row. Cards that matter. We need fresh start still, otherwise we're not beating the dragon. But fresh start goes far. So we need it now, next turn. Yeah. Okay. What do we learn from this game? If I milled, I would mill Urani. It's funny. But that's random. Can we go more aggressive? Some of our stuff like Leopard is really bad, but it also pressures if they stumble. Kind of just want to keep it. Pretty, I mean, it is what it is. I need to not get emotional, especially in these tournaments, because then I tilt. But, man, I have only one counter spell. Besides Urani, their deck looked pretty random, honestly, so that's positive, but you never know. I mean, Urani does a lot. Strike Master if I want Leopard, if I want... Strike Master might be more important, but it does give us permanent mana, so it's probably better than Sarkhan here. And now I want Sarkhan. You can all play this dragon out. I'll actually just... I'll just play that out. Because it looks like a counter. Or a removal. Now they cannot keep it up forever. Okay, now they have 2 mana up. So they need a dragon and we haven't seen... We haven't even seen an X-Scale. Okay, first start. They do know about that, but I just didn't want this to get countered. Repeat. First start actually sword answers to Rainy. Let's probably play this out even. Three, four, five, six. Okay. I don't know, I'm not buying Fire Rim that much. It looks like this is what we have. This is what we work with. Cannot go much more aggro. Maybe Strike, maybe Stack actually is weirdly enough. Attacks for 5 over this Bellringer. I think you gotta keep these hands, that's awkward, but you have the mana. Man, the draws are just not going our way. Like, not at all. Really don't want to give them value. They haven't left anything on top. And we have one card that we can profit from. 2 cards. Such. Oh my god, I wanted to play it. I mean, we couldn't have known, this is so random. Actually insane. That would have worked better. Well, they would scry though. But Surveil is not that bad when we can mill. I wanna save this for the big guy anyhow. Okay, I like that they go there. They will get something back though. I'm glad we didn't mill them way they play a land out. I mean, we're not gonna play around the counter. I'm gonna play the sense if I want the counter up. Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna do it end step. But as long as you have harmonized cards, we wanna mill ourselves. And we have the counters. So if I go, I still think we counter this thing, you know, because hexproof is too good. Okay, so I'm going here. I think we do that. Go here. It's actually dangerous to mill now either way, because we're kind of low on cards. Pass. And yeah, Urani still can come down in 2 turns, but I need to draw land and Urani, so now we just want to pressure. There's some countering. It's too annoying with hexproof. It's double hexproof. So mill was good last turn. We're going here. I mean, there's a 2-turn clock. Well, it's not because we... Okay. It's not because we need flying, but okay. I can start here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 mana, 7. Oh, let's go. Whoo! Urani Gaming didn't pay off. Wow. Oh, that was a lot of tilt. I need to control myself. This looks solid. We keep. Definitely keep. Gonna show them the less impactful dragon. Could see drawing because it set us up for the Shrine Keeper. What's our other plan? I mean, we could also back-to-back dragons. I'm just gonna go this. Most of our cards are cheap. So in that sense, we can either add something to the board. So the only like reason to not mill would be milling a forest, which is really bad. I don't want to mill them. So I'll just go here. If they counter it, they counter it. We are missing land drops, which kind of sucks. But this is not even guaranteed resolving, right? Ouch. Okay. Oh, this is terrible now. I think I gotta do that. I'm gonna discard focus. Where's the possible draw? Okay, we're in a lot of trouble. I would play that out probably. Well, now it's anyhow the dragon can come down. But they can just cook now too hard. Too many spells. They get us on tempo here. Yeah, that's something for 1 now. They can play a 3 mana spell for 1. Okay, Whisper. It's fine. No, I gotta dragon it up. Oh well, we could kill that. I can do so many things next turn with two of these. It's just, it's just ugly. It gets super ugly. It does kind of help. Do we just discard Narset? It would be half their life total, but it's too risky to let that live. Pretty good Temur deck. 2 mana, then they have a counter up, so they completely nerf us. Yeah, we're gonna have to get lucky, get a land. Let's go. Okay. And it means like if this resolves, that's insane. Because they are on 5. Okay. We got there. There were some like really rough decisions. This is gonna be a problem, but Dragon Hunt goes a long way. This is actually pretty good because it blocks the 4 power stuff well. So cut Ringer because it doesn't match versus 4 power stuff well. Could cut Narset for a bodyguard, but also not sure. Don't want to go too expensive versus counters, but I'm keeping it as it is. I don't think we keep. Sarkhan doesn't do enough in this hand. Better, but need land, so I guess we're not quite here yet, but it's the highest impact card. We don't have a dragon, so maybe it is this. Okay, that's clutch. They might counter that, but then again, if they counter this, it's bad. Ice Climber, but then we slow ourselves down. Sure, I mean, it is what it is. It's an insane card versus us. We need that treasure. If they attack, I'm gonna trade because this thingy kills the dragons. Ooh, Siege. Jeskai? They go Jeskai. I think I'm attacking. Oh, they could have a counter here though. I guess I have to then play this first and then see if I attack. We gotta play it, I think. Okay. Because now we can attack. Didn't want to see that. It's hard to kill it, to try to search for something, but we get this back, so maybe we just, yeah, they get a card, but so I guess I'm looting. Don't think this does that much. It does fix for green. I'm gonna discard the land. Three, four, five. They need 3 red. Okay, they have that. Could be anything, could be Snakeskin Veil. I think we just bounce it, attack. Yep. I'm gonna scoop. The 4-5 dragon is insane. I mean, the bow dragons are really, really good. Strike Master. They're splashing blue, it seems, huh? Or just straight up 3 colors. So Narset feels really weak. It's not like the deck is pretty similar to ours. And just leave it. Keep, not the greatest hand. But there's a like double 2-drop play. Can kill most of the 2-drops. But I was thinking if they play nothing, we could just messenger here next turn. So I'm not sure if the attacker was better, but this match is versus their from what we've seen better against. Even though yeah, here we could go the aggro. Okay, I'm jamming that stack. That attacks for a lot. And also makes the dragon hunt cheaper and all. Here we can we can play around. Oh, never mind, we just go that now. Snakeskin, but it's actually debatable. Do I trade, keep the board clean? Haven't seen a fight yet. Okay. Okay. Ooh. What about kill this guy? Kinda like that. Get 5 damage in. Land would have been so good. Okay. This was a pretty elegant way to deal with the dragon. Okay, 5-5, but we can bounce. And land is great. I think I want to do it now because of Snakeskin. What's the alternative? Play this, have counter spell up. I think I like that because we can also bring it back then. Especially because Snakeskin and all. Like I don't want any strikes or anything like that. So you cannot counter everything now. Stack is fine. Whisper is fine. Come on, lands. Bro. Could go here. But I kinda want pressure. This is 1 more damage, which is pretty... I mean, this is pressure. I could get this back. Now I'm gonna go Climber and I'm gonna discard something. Even though this would haste. Wow, this is so freaking annoying. Climber Exhale seems like a waste. But like this would haste next turn, so maybe I do that. Even though, yeah, we're not hitting land draws, but then we have a double spell next turn. It actually backfired not playing that. Oh, let's do that, huh? It's not that bad. Probably bounce it while they're tap for. Here we counter. This is actually an answer for Oreni. Like, we're out carting them, so something absurd needs to happen. Well, this is, I guess, pretty good for them, but they didn't play it out. It's weird. This would be 4 damage. Can we win somehow? So, haste. No. So we go here with haste. And then we're gonna do this. What did they do with the cards? And what can we get? I think we mill ourselves. They have too many renew cards. I would have complicated it that turn where I should have gone siege. Probably. Okay, that's fine. I mean, they need to answer the board. We have little on the board. And then we have, like, yeah. That's the Hellkite, but that I'm fine with. Well, I'll get green. This is another one way to kill it, so probably go here. Trio. Well, no lander. Not a great hand, but probably gotta keep. Ditch a mountain. Just not that consistent on 3. Ouch, we drew all our expensive spells. On the play, I would probably ditch just a real card, but on the draw, yeah, this might be over because they're attacking for 4. Another Timur. Okay, that's fine. That's not too much power on the board. So this is Gruul base, it seems. The black source. Because they don't get a loot and it looks like they're missing blue. I think I'm gonna do it, and yeah, if it's snakeskin, it's snakeskin. Because there's so many things that get us here, like... Okay, they keep it on top. Which is, I think, what I like, so we get some breathing space. Because then it means they want to cast it. This is where kill a flying creature gets us. So I'm thinking tap land, loot, and then have that next turn is better than that. Because if they have removal, they kill that anyhow. What do we loot away though? The card we get probably, or focus. We can tin first. We can get cards that matter in the yard, so that increases the chances. This would be 3 mana next to it, well, but doesn't matter because we cannot really double spell. Okay, that worked out. We need a land for this. I'm blocking. Want to keep the board clean. Okay, that gives us time. Okay, yeah. Man, this smells like Wareni, but nothing you can do. Like, literally nothing you can do. Counter spell. Hard to play around it. Well, we could do this and that. Which is somewhat valid. Because at least we get something down. And the technique is still gonna... It's still looking alright. Or do we go aggro? I don't think so. I'm not sure how good technique is gonna be because we are expensive. So maybe just ditch technique still. We have a double spell into dragons. It's a lot of anti-aggro cards, but I can understand why. It also makes me worry that their late game is completely insane, but at this point, we cannot do much. We stumbled a little bit early. So now we have to go for the grind plan. It looks like an... Okay, tap. That's fine. 3-4, so Oreni. I don't want to play versus too many decks with Oreni, let's be real. But I don't think we have enough time to have that up. No, we're gonna be tapping down. This is not a bad creature to put counters on. Well, never mind. It's gone. Okay. Well. That's pretty good. Counter spells don't do much versus that. Gotta trade one, but even then... And then get a removal. It might be denial. What can you do? Yeah, the Scion has been great. I love playing with that card. They're cooking. It's also one that you cannot really counter because of Storm. Could go to 1, but that seems bad. No, I want technique back to bounce. Yeah. That's a great teamer deck. Is Ringer any good? It's bad versus 4-2s again. I guess the Sun Shield maybe. Not Bodyguard, Sun Shield. Because they have a lot of graveyard stuff. Keep. Not a great hand, but we have enough looting. I'm just gonna go here. We have black as well. Okay, so if I expect a Twin Bolt, I don't want a Leopard. So we probably gonna have to go up Razor just because we saw a Twin Bolt. Otherwise, that would be better, obviously. Double spelling, but I cannot give that away. Okay, so that paid off. Yeah, their Leopard, which is Something I really want to kill, but I cannot double spell. I think I kill it still. I'll double spell next turn. Climber. Yeah, because next turn we can Dragon Hunt and Leopard. Okay. Huh. I kind of just want to go that. We haven't seen, what have we seen? Rebuke. We haven't seen anything that kills it, but they could bring in Arcan's Resolve. They're missing blue as well. I'm just playing it out. Because we have a next turn lay down. Let's go. Okay, so they are really splashing a lot. That makes me think that aggro plan is really good. Could be that they're playing like the Omen part of the dragons or something. I really like stack versus the 4-2. So the card just hits for a lot. I might go minus Narset. We are a little bit expensive now. Minus Technique. Narset really didn't do much. Man, this is weird. We do have all the mana, but we have to draw really, really well. We have two drops. I think I have to keep this. Because the draws can go either way. This gets white. And on average, you're gonna draw more spells than lands. And then we have some loots and stuff. Now they have the mana. We go Climber because it attacks. Not like this is an aggressive creature, but it does match versus like stuff like that well. So we gotta mill ourselves or mill nobody. I think we mill ourselves. We have this guy as well. No, it's actually a good question. Do I just run a flyer out? We take 4. Would we need to get a spell on top in the yard with that this turn? It's not like we want to trade a Devotee for a 4-2 when we have 2-2s that trade for a 4-2, like matchup wise. They will get 2 loots. It's a little bit awkward, and it does do stuff for them. For sure. Okay, so they have all the mana now. Wait, they don't have black. Okay, so they might not. They might be. Okay, they're playing it only for the monument, it seems. And for that. So they're playing only non-basic swamps. It's a lot of damage though. Oh, the dragon, that would be such a good draw, but these things are random. I think we still want to mill until we have harmonize and renew cards. Really good for them. Well, we got a better card, so see, looting is great. I mean, milling is great, self-milling. Probably same idea. At one point, we might also consider if the game is gonna go down to milling or not, but I think we still do it. Rebuke into something else. Yeah, that's pretty good for them. Actually changes the clock, the tap land. Milling is emotional though. It's big. That is big. Think anything is worth killing. We need to deal with flyers whenever they play them. Gotta be careful how we use this because they're Dragonstorm. Okay, they are really low, but I just don't want to mill them once they have like still harmonized cards. But they are on 12 cards. Maybe we start milling them. I might want to start milling them actually. Right now it still comes down to damage. Ooh, that's sick. And I probably want to mount note because I might need a lot of mana next turn. And this is important to keep versus flyers. Okay, they might have Dragonstorm here, but what can you do? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go! 4-0! Okay, we see us for draft 2. Thank you so much for watching.